It's high season for Zinzino. Actually, I think for all direct sales, as I understand it, but I don't know any other company, but I can just look in my back office and see that for the past 13 years that I've been doing Zinzino, the best months of the year are September, October, and November every year. Zinzino comes with more and more campaigns, and there's just something about people want to get started right now. So, setting goals and doing the action it takes to reach those goals is exactly what we do at this time. So, for many years, we've started a 90-day run at this time for those exact months. And I started to notice that so many other teams were doing the same things. And every year we learn more and more about how to be more efficient or how can we get the maximum out of that time. Well, today we have one of my favorite speakers on. He is a guy who is just such, uh, he has the integrity and just I guess I can't say it in a way that even sums him up because I admire him so much. I admire his faith. I admire how he's leading his life, his family, and I love every time he comes to visit me in the United States. And I am so proud to call him my friend. And yet we have the best of the best to learn from today, especially on this topic. So I just want to bring him on here. Let's welcome my friend, Ambassador Dave Ives. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Carla, and good morning, afternoon, evening to everyone. Because listening to where you're all dialing in from, it's exciting to truly understand that we are a global business. And if you just get on this weekly Zoom and you hear from South Africa to Denmark to Sweden to Texas to the United, I mean, if you're ever in doubt that you're in a global opportunity, I don't know where you're hiding. I mean, the evidence is there, right? So, and hearing Carla saying that the longevity of Carla's service, I call it service to the community, 13 years, and that she's only just landed in Denmark a few hours ago, so she's a bit jet lagged. You wouldn't tell. Yeah, I mean, she looks like she's going to be queen of the proms, doesn't she? She's all sprightly. I think that's something to do with her hubby, right? She's brought her hubby to Europe because we're going to be meeting her hubby for the very first time in Athens next Wednesday. And we're going to be able to spend some time together, breaking bread, hearing stories, creating memories. But the only downside of all that, there's not enough of you there. There's not enough of you to be experiencing the rewards of your effort. And Carla really hit it on the nail as regards to the 90-day run. And maybe you're new. And if you're a new partner here, first, let me say welcome to you. Everyone was new at one stage. 6 and a bit years ago, May 19, 2019, it was my first time in Zinzino. Not my first time in the industry, but my first time in Zinzino. And it was different to the previous activities. It was different to my previous companies. So even though people say, well, Dave, you've been in before, the culture and the processes and the thinking and the ethos and the processes and the strategy and was totally alien to me. And sometimes it's better to find someone who's never done it before because they're not bringing any baggage to the door, right? Some of the people they come say, and they maybe left a company before, maybe the company previously let them down, they overpromised and underdelivered, and yet most people who have been in before, but they're looking for something different and more, they always try to build something new with their old thinking. And they try to resist the new strategy or the new understanding. And today, 90-day runs aren't new. And I hope for many of you understand that what we're dealing with the 6-to-3 ratio, this incredible product, we're entering a market, or we've been in this market space since 2012, and we entered a market that wasn't new. I mean, essential fatty acids have been from the day that breath was breathed into Adam and Eve, right? Our bodies don't produce it. We actually got it from the garden, Mother Nature, until many, many years later, man-made foods entered our life. And all of a sudden, we now realize the impact inflammation makes. And so Zinzino hasn't entered in and created anything new. But what it has done has changed the paradigm, changed the tempo with the blood test, independently validated. And if you haven't heard the news yet, last week we released the #1 peer review with over 500,000 people who were tested that was proven if you're not taking an essential fatty acid, if you're taking another brand, that 500,000 still were not in balance. And so what's that got to do with the 90-day run? Well, the evidence is that what we have works. The evidence that we have, people need it. So the only thing we need to do, and I titled the talk today of how to achieve more success without changing what you're doing. Now, I don't know about you. Have you ever heard of a thing called an oxymoron, where two words don't go together, like pretty ugly? I mean, that's an oxymoron. It doesn't make sense. Well, how can I progress? How can I advance? And I don't have to do anything new. Well, it's not learning new things if you've been around a while. It's about upping the tempo of the things you know what to do. Oh, you mean that, Dave, I've got to contact and invite? Yeah, well, that's not new. I just got to contact and invite more people. That's upping the tempo. So the talk today is really about some 5 key areas that I believe that we should be focusing on. And I'm going to bring up some notes. And if you want to take a pen and paper and make some notes yourself. But what I've done today is I've written down these 5 notes to keep me on track, but I've put it into a PDF. And so if you want, I'll give it to Carla, or I'll maybe drop it into the Zoom or put it into the US Zinzino Facebook page so you can see it yourself. Okay, so let's start off today. My goal really is you're not going to hear, if you're new, you may hear something new. If you're not new, then you most definitely aren't going to hear something new. But what you may start to take on board is we're not going to do anything new. We're just going to do more, and that's how we're going to win in the 90-day run. So I want you to write that down. If you've been involved longer than your fast start period, because if you're in your fast start period, you are learning something new. You're learning how to get your 4, you're learning how to get your 2, and you're learning how to get their 2, so that you've got 4 more, and you're learning how to get 6 more, so you've got your 10. That's new. That's called the fast start process. But if you've gone through that 120 days, you've been around long enough to know that we only do key fundamental things. That is, make a list. We make a list of people that we know, people that we care about, people we socialize with, people that we hang out with, people that we work with. And those people that we know fall into 2 categories. Those that are into their health, they love the gym, they watch the Pilates, they don't let anything that's singular food go past their mouth, no sauces. I mean, they live like a monk, right? They're into their health. And you've got those that have health issues. They're the only 2 people or groups of people that you and I know that's on our list. So what we need to do is up our tempo. So if we want to succeed in the next 90 days, we're simply going to increase our tempo. But I want you to underline the next word. Not reinventing. So sometimes people make a decision to advance. Some people decide, and I'm sharing with you things I've done in the past. So that's how I'm only speaking from previous experience. I thought that if I wanted to progress, I had to become more creative. And I realized being more creative slowed me down rather than then copying what's already been put in place. And so where I spend time creating, that actually detracts my tempo. Rather than asking, what do I need to do? How do I need to do that? And then upping my tempo. So the last month or 2, I hope many of you have, if you're new again in your fast starts, focus on that. That's all you need to focus on. Working with your sponsor, the team that's working and supporting you, they'll be able to get you through the fast starts. But what they probably want to help you do is compress the fast starts into a shorter period of time to maximize the ECBX campaign that we have. And folks, we have about 5 days left that if we're not ECBX qualified, that is your primary focus, and that's what needs your attention. But as I go through these 5 steps, I I try to think in pictures. Those who know me know I'm a very simple man. I like to think in pictures because that saying of, oh, I see what you're saying, Carla. Carla may have told me 1,000 times, but all of a sudden I understand because I could picture what she's saying. So if we're going to go into a 90-day run, do you want to start the run September 1st and then put your trainers on? Or do you think you should have your trainers on right now? You should have your trainers on right now. You should be limbering up. You should be doing your stretches. So when the gun goes off on September 1, you're not getting into the traps, you're coming out of them. And that's what August was really all about. The groups that we've been working with is we've been trying to convey the message is we got to get prepared to win if you want to win in 90 days. See, a lot of people have the desire to win, but they lack the desire to prepare to win. Well, Dave, August is almost over. Well, it is almost over, but you'd be amazed what you can do in the next 5 days if you don't reinvent the wheel and you just up your tempo in the next 5 days and start to prepare. So here's the big idea. Over the next 90 days, instead of just doing what you do, the ordinary actions, the ordinary activities, make a list, pick up the telephone, connect with someone, drop them maybe a social media message. And if you're new, I'd encourage you never just to text people, but leave a voice note so they can hear your energy. But over the next 90 days, it isn't about doing new things. It's about doing those ordinary actions extraordinary consistently. And Orion did a great talk, and I jumped on a talk that Orion has done several times now in the last week, where he's just casting the vision of in the next 90 days, you don't have to be superstars, you don't have to be superhuman, but just reach out to 2 people a day. Because if you reached out to 2 people a day over 90 days, that's 180 people. The reality is many in Zinzino, many in this space of network marketing don't even contact 2 people a day about something they're excited about. And then they leave it to the end of the month to try to get qualified when they could have done it easily in the beginning of the month. Because humans, we like to leave things to the last minute, don't we? And that's like turning up at a race. I'm going to use some metaphors today and some analogies, and I hope that is relevant for you. That's like turning up to the race and your gear is still in your bag and people are on the track warming up. And you're wondering why you're playing catch up. So what I want you to think about is you're already knowing what to do. We know how to work through the process, the income producing activities. And I'm not going to go into those activities because the person that enrolled you, the team that are locking arms with you, the line of support that even if your enroller isn't doing it, keep going finding someone who's in the run. They'll help you because if you want to run, they'll help you. But imagine this, if we're already making contacts and inviting, if we're already sharing the product and we're already sharing the opportunity and we're learning how to follow up and we're learning how to get them started and registered and we're learning how to onboard them effectively, imagine that process is called a song. And you can hear that song on a radio. And you know that song, you know how to make a list, you know how to contact and invite, you know that song. So you don't need to learn the song. But the song can be changed by turning up the volume. It's the same song, but you can hear it louder. Well, what's the connection? Well, the contact and inviting, sharing the plan, sharing the product, following through, getting people registered, getting them onboarded, that's the song. Turning the volume up is doing it more. It's the tempo. How many more are you going to contact? How many more are you going to share? How many more are you going to show? How many more are you going to follow up? How many more are you going to get started? How many more? It's the same song, but guess what you're doing? You're turning your tempo up, which is turning the volume up of your excitement, of your team's energy. And that's what's required in a 90-day run. But in a 90-day run, you and I have to find the third thing, and that is the power of your personal tempo. See, so many say, well, this week I'm really going for it and I'm going to go and do 20 connections a day. And you do it for 2 days and you feel burnt out. And then you tell everybody that 90-day runs don't work or I gave it my all. You got to find the tempo that is contained, that you can consistently maintain. See, success in this 90 days ahead and success in your Zinzino career is about finding your rhythm. Now, if you're part-time, you've got careers, businesses, your rhythm's going to be different to Carla's. Your different. It's going to be different to Andy Dooley's. It's going to be different to Orion Salas. It's going to be different to Dave and Shan Ives. Why? We're lifers. We're in, right? We do this for a this is what we do in our life. I'm not a part-timer. I'm a lifer. And every day I get up, I'm thinking, what do I do to move towards my dream? What do I do to build the dreams of my family? How do I impact the team that we have? How do I raise more leaders who I need to move them from hope to belief and belief to growth to leaders to personal development to be a leader of leaders? This is just the vehicle. So think about a drummer. Back to that music analogy, a drummer. When that drummer is playing the same beat monotonously, I'm contacting and inviting, I'm showing the plan, I'm on the weekly calls, there's a beat. But what happens when we hear the story of a new president? What happens to us when we hear the story of new diamonds and directors and crowns and the beat of the organization, the beat of the company? You can sense the beat. You may not be in that beat, but you know the beat is rising. And the drummer, Orion and Hilda Sala, they're not just playing in a slow, monotonous drum. They are banging it loud. And you know whether we do or don't, they will. And sometimes we got to start to think about what do we need to do for ourselves to change our beat. How do we change our beat? Well, we increase the amount of people we invite. We increase the amount of people that we personally present to. I feel like one of the things I conversed with some of our leaders is that many of them were asking us, well, can we put more presentations on? Can we put more customer presentations on? And I've done that in the past. But this time around, we support the field with weekly business calls, weekly customer calls. What we need in the 90-day run is more partners sitting in coffee shops doing a one-to-one coffee meet. That's how we raise the beat of the team. Not just one or two people doing all the work, but a lot of more of us all doing a little bit more of the things we already know. Nothing new, just more of what we need to do. So think about this. Sometimes we think we have to learn more to go on this 90-day run. But if you've been, actually, you're more qualified to grow faster if you're in your fast starts. Why? You're more excited in the fast starts. You're new. It's getting the old people to feel new again, to feel energized. And that's what the 90-day run is all about. It's about not about you learning more, but about you doing more of what you've already learned and facing your fear, facing your anxieties, or what will people say? What will people think? What will people ask of me? Rather than you should be using those things at the same context, but in a different thought. What will people think of me? What will people think of me if they hear about this and they never heard it from me? Same things, I'm just flipping it around. What will people ask of me if I don't show them a way of better health and better? So long as I know I got something that's of greater value, then I can help people understand that all I got to do, if I want to harvest in the next 90 days, is I need to focus on what I'm already doing, the same activities that I already know, that you already know, but do it with a greater volume and underline this word, urgency. Well, September 1 is 5 days away. I've got plenty of time to get ready. No, September 1, every one of us could have one or two new personals already ready to go in the traps with their shoes on and laces tied and ready to start their fast starts. You really want to have people in your pipeline. So let's talk about preparation. And you have probably guessed that right now that today's all about metaphors and pictures. Have you ever watched an Olympic sprinter in the starting line? They do the stretching, they do the warm up, they do tightening their laces, they retighten their laces, they get in position. Because we've already said this, that when the gun goes off, their heart's already palpitating. Before the gun, they're anticipating the gun going off. So are you anticipating September 1? Or are you waiting until September 2, 3, 4 and go, what was that noise? Oh, it was the gun. Because you're not prepared. Because in the next 90 days, some of us may even think this is like a sprint. Well, compared to maybe some of our activity levels, it may feel like a sprint. But it really shouldn't be. I look at a 90-day run as a more focused activity. I'm just upping my tempo. So, and you don't have to do a lot. You don't have to double it. You don't have to triple it. I love what Orion says, and a number of our other leaders have said this before, is just take what you do and add 20%. So think about it. If you're doing 10 presentations a week over a cup of coffee, do 12 a week. If you're doing 20 a week and you're a full-timer and you're doing 30 a week, do 36 a week. So you're not really doubling your efforts, you are upping your tempo. And so with that in mind, what I want to do is I want to now bring up a PowerPoint, and I want to give you a couple of things that I'm focusing on, I'm sharing with some people, and I hope it's of value, because if you take this concept and understand, all I need to do is really up my tempo on the things I already know. But do we really know? Do we know the power of ECB? Do we know the power of ECBX? And are we prepared to take advantage of these campaigns? So let me just bring up my slides. And once I've done that, Carla, if you can just let me know you can see it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Fantastic. So I hope you've got the sort of the feel of today is about, are you prepared for this season? Now, some of you are, some of you wish you were, and some you haven't even given it any thought yet. And that's okay, because not everybody is going to run in the 90 days. So the first thing I want you to understand is not everybody's going to run. That could be you. If you're running, I don't even want you feeling overwhelmed. It's your business. It's your business. And if you want the goal, if you want the dream, if you want the choices that you say you want, you should never be overwhelmed. You should be excited about being more active. The overwhelm only comes from when you're not prepared. The overwhelm comes from when you don't know what you're doing. And that means all you need to do is reach out to a team and they'll help you get prepared. So the most important thing is understanding, as we close out August, are you where you want to be? Shannon and I are most definitely not where we want to be. We've seen people coming after us who have gone flying past us. We celebrate them. We cheer about them. I mean, Lord above, if the award went for tenacity, longevity, patience, resilience, it would go to Carla. She was in the beginning, and people came in after her and surpassed her. But she became a cheerleader for all of those who passed her, because her season wasn't when it was their season. So the question isn't where Dave and Shan where we want to be and look at these people. The question is, Dave and Shan are running their own race. But it's time to up the tempo. So where do you want to be? Because if you're not exactly where you want to be, then what we have to do is reflect our mindset and our habits. And if we actually look at our mindset and if we actually look at our habits, they will influence our tempo. Do you look for the positive in every situation, or do you look at the negative? Are your habits conducive to your goal? The challenge is most people want to be here, but their activities here. And so is it incongruent? Is it congruent with what you say you want? And so when you ask yourself that question, am I where I want to be? Are my habits and mindset in the right place? And if we're not, and the answer is no, I'm not where I want to be, and I know I can improve my thinking, I can improve my attitude, I can improve my mindset, I can increase my habits, I can get up early, I can get the gym done quicker. And now I'm back at this is my what fourth week almost. I've been in the gym now for first time for a whole month in 2 years. Dropped 20 pounds, and I'm up at 5:30, and while it's getting dark, I'm back in the gym doing my thing, and I don't have time for listening personal growth. Well, guess what? People tell me I don't have time to read. I got more books on my desk than I've ever had. I'm listening to more audios than I've ever. I've figured out I've got waterproof earpins now. I listen to a GoCore every morning and something from Orion or something from the biblical sense in the sauna for half an hour. Once I'm winding down from my half an hour cycling. I'm multitasking. Can you believe it, man? We can multitask. We can sit in a sauna and listen at the same time. So change your habits up, sharpen your habits, get more productive with our time. And so we're in the preparation stage. So we're still building. We're still building through the rest of August. We're closing out the month. You're still enrolling. You're still serving your team. But here's important. If you're getting prepared now for the next 90 days, the focus has to be on your tempo. Have you found your tempo? If you have, increase it by 20%. If everyone on this call just increase the tempo by 20%, we're going to have new diamonds, new directors, new crowns just on this call. And because your rank advancement, and Orion again has done the best training on this. He was on a call yesterday, and I've seen him do it once or twice. It says tempo is all about recruitment. It's really all about new blood. It's all about new energy, excitement. Recruitment is the key. Focus on recruitment because that's going to build your excitement and energy going into October, where then that will be carried into November for Black Friday and ECBX again. So what rank do you want to be in November? Because it will influence how you get started in September. And then finding that tempo that will help you stay in the consistency mode. But I want to warn you of something. If you want to advance, as we do, the team that got you there may not necessarily be the team who's going to get you there. What do I mean? We need to bring in new people. Why? That energizes you. That energizes the team that you've got. And our habits and our patterns and our energy and our team, if we don't up the tempo, the team will remain the same. So you be the example. You be the beacon. You be the lead it by example. What you say, I do not hear. What you do, I hear so loudly. But understand this. This season calls for 4 things. New blood, new energy, new excitement, and a renewed version of ourselves. Not only do you want to rank advance in the next 90 days, you want to be a better version of you in 90 days. And if you've ranked advance and you've earned a bigger check and you've got more customers in your group, your team number, you've got more active partners, you're going to be a different person. Why? Your belief is going to grow. Your energy is going to be different. Your story, your success that you can start to share with people, you're going to be a better version of you. So as you go into this 90-day run, have an expectation that you are going to be enrolling new people. You are going to be excited because your new people are going to feed off of your excitement. Your team's going to be watching you. They're either going to be running with you or they're going to be sitting on the sidelines, and that's okay. You're going to be able to love them from a distance. In the next 90 days, you want to love everyone, but you want to work with the willing. And in the next 90 days, it's all about income producing activities. So that shift in our thinking, our intentional words, and the people that we're associating with is going to be fundamentally important. There's a lot of good, and Carla and I and Shan and hubby, I haven't met yet. look, we love them from afar, but the last time we actually sat and spoke must have been a good 2 years ago. Because we don't have to always be sitting together to question our relationship. Some people we sit with our team because our team want us to sit with them, but the team aren't doing anything. And we feel guilty because if we want to move on, we feel that we love them so much that we can't leave them behind. Understand this, anyone who's left behind chooses to stay behind. Now, Marco, I'm going to give you a big number here. When I started 6 years ago, Marco had half the numbers in his entire T number than Shannon and I have double that today. So he had his whole team was a number. And today, 6 years later, my wife and I have double, more than double what he had in his entire organization. And today, his team number is 10x that number. So now Shannon and I are only 20% of Marco's business. He's not waiting for us. He loves us. And every time we sit and have dinner, every time we travel and we meet, it's like we were never apart. But he's not waiting for us. And that's what I want to encourage you is love everyone, but work with the willing. The ones that want to hold themselves accountable. The people that say, hey, I want time in your calendar. I'm going to fill out a tracker each week. I'm going to drop my numbers into the WhatsApp chat with you. They're holding themselves accountable, but they're asking you to hold them accountable. That way, you're doing it with them and not for them. How many times have you wanted it more because you like an individual, you like a couple, you just have so much fun socially with them, and you just wanted them to be in Director Club. You want them to be at the Crown dinner. You want them to go to on the ambassador trip. But they tell you that they want it too, but their actions don't match their words. And so you don't stop loving them, but you can't wait for them. So get somebody who's accountable, who has a goal. And so this is the three things I'm going to encourage you to do. Unify those who say they want to go and they want to go and they're ready to run and they're going to find their tempo. Unify them. And when I say unify them, I mean identify them in regards to let them know that you're running, let them know what it's going to take, and let them know that you're all in. Whatever that may be. It may be going gold. It may be going platinum. It doesn't matter what it is because it's your goal. And you've got to identify those people and then organize with them. Right now, the next 4 or 5 days, and you can only work with maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 key people who say they want it. And then get together with them and organize a reach out session so they can start filling their pipeline in the next 5 days. We've been doing this with a handful of teams now for the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. And I'm going to tell you, there's people that started and there's people that already fell away in the preparation stage. But that's okay too. But the serious ones come with their list and start organizing, I call it now a 2-minute. We got a great video, haven't we? Here does Unlock Your Potential. But start doing some campaigns where I don't do texting too much. I know people do, but I prefer a voice blitz. And I don't know if any of you know this, but many of you probably do. On WhatsApp now, if you hold your thumb on the camera, you got a 1-minute video. So I do video blitzes. Hey, Carla, it's Dave. How's hubby? Can't wait to see you very soon. Look, Carla, just quickly, I'm working on a project right now. I'm not too sure where you're at right now, but if you are open, it'd be great to hear from you, catch up with you. But I've got something I think could be of interest. Give me a message back and we'll catch up. There you go. You can do some of that. You can do 2, 3 of those in 30 seconds while you're picking the children up at the school gate, while you're having your car valeted, as the grocery man's bagging your grocery. There is no time to build your business. There is now time. And you can do it. And why? If you had 5, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40 people on your team doing little video blitzes, guess what you're going to have? You're going to get some energy. You're going to up your tempo. So But I want you to, as I wrap this up, I want you to understand your goal has to have a strategy. Your goal has to have an understanding of what's required. So I'm hoping, I'm not going to go into the comp plan, but I hope you understand that really you can build your freedom to Black Crown just by building two teams. And so if you don't know what your goal is, and some people don't, they'll tell me what they want, but they don't know what it's going to take. Well, Dave, I want $2,000 a month. Fantastic. Immediately, we know that's platinum, right? So I'm going to use diamond as the analogy today. So if you start to understand numbers and go, okay, I want to be a diamond. You may not want to be a diamond. You may be a diamond and you want to move on to director. You may be an executive and you want to go diamond. You may be at zero and just want to go whatever it is. All I'm going to share with you is you choose and you decide the rank you want. Don't let your sponsor make it for you. Don't let someone put peer pressure on you. It's your goal. And if someone says, I want to be a platinum, and Carly goes, well, Dave, this guy, he should already be crown. He's got so much. Look, that's where that partner is. And Carla's got to go, hey, Dave, I'm so excited you want to go platinum. She may be mumbling under her own breath. He can do way better than that. But she's not going to, because it's not her goal. It's my goal. And her responsibility is to help me hit my goal if I'm willing to show up. And if I'm not willing to show up, then she doesn't need to waste her time on me. She can still love me and plug me into the weekly calls and plug me into. But if I say, hey, Carla, I want to go platinum and I'm ready to up my tempo, then she has the right to hold me accountable. So let you decide the goal, then work out what volume you need. So we're going to use diamond. And so I'm using this analogy of diamond, we hopefully know is 12,000 balance credits. And you can do it any combination, but for this example, 8,000 on the right, 4,000 on the left. It could be either way round, could even be 50-50, but we're a 2/3, 1/3 combination. So let's stick with that element of the comp plan. So in my right team, if I want to, from zero, so I'm showing someone from zero. So if you're a platinum already, you don't need these numbers, but you must understand these numbers. So if you're not ECB, and maybe that means you've gone through your fast start period, you've not got 10 customer subscriptions, so you're not X team, so you don't have ECB. So if you don't have that, then you're starting at normal volume. So, and we know each ultimate pack is worth 150 credits. And so if that's correct, if I need 8,000 credits on my right team, that's 53 ultimates. If I need 4,000 on my left, that's 27 ultimates if I don't have ECB. So, but people can do that. And you don't have to enroll all these people. You just need to enroll enough and get enough momentum going. So, I mean, and you could still do that from a zero. Many of you are golds, silvers, executives, diamonds, platinums. So you've already got an infrastructure that you can build upon. So knowing that the number that I need to generate and knowing that not only are these from ultimates, but there's customer subscriptions, there's auto orders in there. I'm just going to use recruitment numbers for this illustration. So let's say you are ECB qualified. You're X team. So you've got at least 10 personal customer subscriptions. Maybe you're in your fast start still, and because fast start, you get blessed with your ECB. And so look at the difference. If you're maybe a silver today and you're in your ECB campaign, your fast start campaign, and maybe you're only 2 months in, you've got another 2 months of your fast starts, you've already got ECB. So now all of a sudden that 8,000 isn't 57 ultimates, it's only 26 ultimates. It's only 13 ultimates, and I'm a diamond. Because being ECB takes your ultimate pack of 150 credits to 300. Whether you enroll them or anybody in your organization enrolls a new partner, you get double volume. So understanding that big difference means, oh, hold on a moment. If I've got to up my tempo, but the company's also going to give me a benefit of I don't have to work as hard as I thought I had to if I just up my tempo and make sure I'm ECB qualified. So good thing is, if you're not ECB qualified, i.e., 10 customer subscriptions called X Team, make sure you are. But if you're not, make sure by the end of this month that you're ECBX. So you could be into the business 5, 6 months. You could be in the business for at least a year and you don't have 10 customer subscriptions. But if you go and enroll one new Ultimate partner this in the next 4 or 5 days, if you're not qualified, if you go and get 8 action points, you could do it by enrolling, you can do it by registering new customers. Look at the impact it makes on your goal. It triples the volume you're going to earn in September. So Dave, I've got ECBX because I just enrolled a new partner. Well, great. You've qualified for ECBX in September, and so's that new partner. So now look at the difference. The 8,000 credits doesn't change, but if you're ECBX qualified, you only need 18 new partners on an Ultimate in the entire business on the right-hand side. That's better than 57, wouldn't you agree? And the only thing stopping us from having ECBX is 8 points. And the way you check whether you've got 8 points or not is go into your back office, click reporting, go to campaigns, and look at August campaign and see how much of that red donut you've turned green. And that should be your focus for the next 5 days. While you're preparing for the run, the biggest preparation you can have is make sure you're ECBX qualified. Why do you want to work 3 times harder than you need to? And that's why someone brand new who gets involved in September, who's ECBX qualified, and they enroll their 2 people, and they help them enroll their 2 people, they're going to be an executive in their first 30 days. Take that energy into October, get as many people as you can to Oslo, get the vision of the company, the new announcements, the new products, the new tests, the new launches. Come out of there and finish off October, and we're going into November with a higher energy, a higher tempo. So see the biggest difference when you're ECB qualified. And I want to break it down even simpler for you. If you're ECB qualified, this is just in enrollment. To go silver, it's 750 balance credits. 500 one side, 250 one side, 750. It can be 50-50. So silver, you're brand new, or you start me. Now think about this. Stop thinking about you and go and run the new person. Run the new person through their fast starts. So what do they have to do in their fast starts? 1 left, 1 right. They're not going to be, remember what this whole talk's about? You don't have to do anything new. You just got to do more. So going 1 left, 1 right isn't new. But in the ECBX month, you're going to help the new person go silver with their first 2 people. Then let's help them get their 2. But here, if you just had 2 new people, so 1 person left and we help them just get 1. 1 person right and we help them just get 1. So you've only got 2 left and 2 right. You haven't even finished step 3 of the fast start yet, but you're a gold. Now go help them get their 2. So you plus 2 who go get their 2 and maybe help one of them get their 1. You're executive. That's only 4 on your left and 4 on your right if you're starting at 0. What if you had 4 or 5 of you on your core who have put their hands up and said, I have a goal. And you start doing the reach outs. You organize a connection, a video blitz, a voice blitz, a reach, whatever. And there's 5, 10 of you. And you reach out to 5 or 10 new people. You're going to be able to put 4 left and 4 right through that team. Platinum is only 7 new ultimates on the left and 7 ultimates on the right. And diamond is only 14 on the left and 14 on the right. and you are a new diamond. So, and this is just purely on Ultimate Kits. There's no fast start subscriptions. There's no monthly residuals yet. And you're going to have all that being added to it. So this is just on pure recruitment, as Orion's talking about. September being a recruitment month. So focus about this. If people are running their own goal, support them. But for those who say they're ready to go, new people don't know about the 120-day fast start. They only know what you share with them. So, you can talk about, hey, there's a 120-day fast start, but how quickly do you want to go? Because the money's the same. Would you like to get there faster or slower? Would you like to do it in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Because remember, we're not going to do anything new. We're just going to up the tempo. So if they want to go faster, great. Let's make a list. Let's make your list and let's invite. Let's do the reach outs faster. One a week, you're not going to raise the tempo. 2 or 3 a day, you can sustain that. Then we invite them to take a look at what we're doing. And we're going to present to them the product. If it's the product, we're going to share the opportunity if it's the opportunity. And from that, you're going to get a customer and you're going to get a new partner. And then we're going to repeat the same process. So we're not doing anything new. We're just up in the tempo. And the tempo's influenced by your goal. And here it is. It's the fast starts. This is what I teach. This is what I share with people, that here's you, insert your name. First goal is we're going to help you get your 4 products. We can do that in day 1. Why? Because you can be your own customer, right? You can do it in the first. We don't need to take 30 days. What's your tempo? The new person doesn't know what they don't know. They feed off your tempo. If you tell them it takes a month, they're going to take a month. And they're going to wait till the last day of the month. And then they're going to blame you why they missed QT. And then draw it out. So all we're going to do in the month of September, as we have done in August, as we have done in July, as I've done in the last 6 years, as I will do for the rest of my career in Zinzino, is I only do 3 things. I share the product, I share the opportunity, and I invite people to events. They're the only 3 things we do. But if I up my tempo, if you up your tempo of sharing with people how to get on the product, how to join your venture. So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas. Check with your upline, check with your team, but there's a sense of urgency. Remember what I said in the beginning. This 90-day run and the preparation's about a sense of urgency, not desperation. Sense of urgency. Hey, John. Hey, Carla. How are you? I was just wondering if I could do me a favor. Now, this is a reconnect. Now, I've tried to ring her. She's not available. I'm not going to leave a text message. I'm going to leave a voice note. Hey, Carla, how are you? Look, I was just wondering if when you can, do me a favor, give me a quick, I don't use the word text when I'm talking. You can. Give me a call back when you get a minute. Sense of urgency. I'm not going to tell her what it is. I'm not going to try and do the haircut on the telephone. I'm going to create a curiosity. I want to pique interest. Naturally, if she's a friend, a colleague, associate, a work connection, sure, what's up? Wouldn't you return a call? But if you try to tell them everything, then they'll listen and go, I'll get back to them when I'm ready. I want to pique their interest. Hey, Carla, appreciate you giving me a call back. Never thank them. Never thank anyone. Always show appreciation. Never say thank you. Always, because if you say thank you, they're doing you a favor. And you're doing them a favor. But show respect and appreciation. Carla, appreciate you giving me a call back. How's the family? How's hubby? Fantastic. You've been traveling lately? Yeah, wonderful. I'd love to catch up on that. But let me ask you a quick question. Are you open to a project outside of what you're presently doing right now? Well, it depends what it is, Dave. Great, Carla. Does that mean you are open? There's one way. My favorite. Hey, Carla, how's you and hubby? Fantastic. Hey, look, just very quickly. I'm in a rush right now. I'm just about to go into a meeting. But listen, if I could show you a health and wellness emerging market, partnering with a publicly traded company, and we could access the #1 product, would that grab your business interest? In your run, guys, ladies and gents, You're looking for a yes or a no. You're not looking for a project. You're looking for people that are open, looking right now, because you have a goal. You have an objective. And if Carla wants this, I can do a screenshot as well. And the final thing I want to share with you is in a run, you should be doing it anyway. We have a daily tracker, we have a monthly tracker, we have a weekly coaching. So you should be tracking what you're doing because at the end of the day, at the end of the week, if you understand that you're up in your tempo and you're tracking your activity and you look back at the end of the week and you go, my tempo isn't where I said I wanted it to be because you can't improve what you don't track. And so as you wrap this up, enter a blank calendar, prepare August, finish it off, and then get to September and put in things that are immovable. My church, my faith are important. But then I start blocking out where are you working? What job are you doing? Where's that free time? Where's your lead generation time? Because a lot of people they go to make contacts and they're not prepared. They're trying to scramble around for a name or number. Take 20, 30 names and numbers out of your phone and sit there and spend 20 minutes. Hey, John. Hey, Mary. Hey, Bob. Hey, Jane. Hey, just a quick one. I'm just touching base with you. Just get in that tempo with an objective. So remember, this 90 days is not about doing anything new. It's about upping our tempo. So not only are we being more productive, by upping our tempo, we actually sharpen our skill set. And then as we come to end of September, you reassess, you readjust, and then you adjust. Hey, do I need to raise my tempo again in October? Or have I got the right number? Have I got the right rhythm? Great. Who else am I helping raise their tempo? Because November comes along, you'll have so much momentum. And I do believe you can't not sit in front of Orion and Hilda. You can't sit in front of some of the people that we have the honor of sitting in front of and learning from. That November will be a historic month. And it can be an historic month for every one of us. If you've never gone silver, you can go silver. That's historic. If you've never gone gold and you go gold, that's historic. Every one of us can have an historic month and the close of the 90 days. But what we do in the next 5 days, are your trainers on? Are your laces tight? Are you warmed up? Or are you still thinking about doing a stretch? So I wish you the very best. I know there's going to be stories that we're going to be applauding. There's going to be some that we're going to be envious of because we know that, hey, that's where I wanted to be. But then you've got to sit there and go, did I do the right things? We're at the right tempo to deserve growing and building. You can. I encourage you, you should. But remember, it's your business. And it's your responsibility to get ready, to make a noise, to ask for help, and to have a game plan in place so people can guide you and keep you on track for the next 90 days. Wish you well. God bless. And Carla, can't wait to see you and Hubby next week.
Loving it, Dave. And he just hits it out of the park. I just love it. Well, we're ready for the 90 days. And I do think how we finish August is going to be so important. And it's also making a huge difference that exponential. So if you just have one extra customer or partner, one partner this month is going to make a difference for your September, which is going to make exponential changes for October and November. And we don't want to get there, Dave. We don't want to have that where we're like, man, I wish I would have done that more. I wish I would have got what they got. But I've heard this, other people say this many times. You can't get upset by the results you didn't get by the work you didn't do. So it is so important to do the work. And it's your goals, it's your business. And Dave, I think there's a lot of people going to be running now. And I think one of the last things I would say is let's all drink your energy. That feeling, that excitement, you can feel that you've been building up. You can feel that you're not getting ready for your 90-day run because you've been in it. You've been preparing for it, and you can feel that energy with you. And I think that's what we need to do in the last 5 days. Up that energy, up that goal, so that we finish the month super strong.
Absolutely. I mean, uh, just remember, just keep this in mind. I'm not doing anything new. I'm just doing more of what I know.
Mm.
That prevents us trying to be creative, right? That prevents us from thinking, I've got to come up with a better idea. Orion and Hilda already have had the idea, and it's been proven for 15 years since they launched the test. It's in place, the roadmap's laid, we've got the processes, we've got the fast starts, we've got all the incentives, we've got the campaigns. The question is now, my only job is to get more eyes and ears in front of the product and the plan. So
Gotcha.
my time should be spent connecting as faster and with more people than I've ever done before in the next period. So appreciate each and every one of you. It's an
Thank you.
honor.
Thank you so much, Dave, for taking your time and for training us today. If you have anybody that is your runners and you've identified them, or well, then put them in the chat on Teams and Zeno North America. Tag them so that they can rewatch this. And if you want to be that runner, say, I'm running. Put it in the chat. Let's get a whole bunch of people holding each other accountable. We're excited for it. So I've just let you all unmute here. So let's give Dave a lot of love. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you,
Dave.
Dave.